One of the biggest differences between winners and quitters lies in how they deal with challenges. Winners see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow, improve, and prove themselves. When a winner faces a setback, instead of giving up, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" They use difficulties as stepping stones to reach the next level. Every failure, every rejection, and every hardship becomes fuel that strengthens their resilience. Winners know that growth happens outside the comfort zone, so they willingly step into difficult situations, believing that each struggle is a test preparing them for greater success. On the other hand, quitters shy away from challenges because they fear discomfort, failure, and judgment. They often choose the easy path, avoiding situations that require effort, discipline, or persistence. The moment things get tough, they retreat, convincing themselves it's not worth it or it's impossible. Instead of finding ways around the problem, they stop at the first sign of difficulty. This avoidance not only robs them of growth, but also builds a mindset of helplessness and regret. Where winners gain strength from the fire of challenges, quitters extinguish their own potential by running away from it. Consistency is the secret weapon of every winner. Winners understand that success doesn't come overnight. It is built through daily habits, relentless discipline, and the willingness to show up even when motivation fades. They stay committed to their routines, goals, and responsibilities, no matter how long the process takes. A winner knows that results are the outcome of countless small actions repeated over time. Even on days when they don't feel like working, they push through because they value progress over temporary comfort. Their consistency builds momentum, and that momentum eventually transforms into achievement. Quitters, however, are often trapped in the mindset of instant gratification. They want results quickly and without putting in the consistent effort required. When they don't see immediate success, they lose patience and abandon their goals. Instead of laying one brick every day, they stop building altogether the moment they realize the wall won't be complete in a week. Quitters spend more time searching for shortcuts and easy ways than actually doing the work. This lack of consistency creates a cycle of starting strong but never finishing, leaving them frustrated and empty-handed. A true winner takes full ownership of their life. When things go wrong, they don't waste time pointing fingers or blaming circumstances. Instead, they look inward and ask, "What could I have done differently?" Winners understand that responsibility equals power. By owning their actions, they gain the ability to change their future. This mindset keeps them accountable, focused, and constantly improving. They don't see mistakes as failures to be ashamed of, but as lessons that guide them toward better decisions. Winners know that blaming others takes away control, while taking responsibility puts control back in their hands. Quitters, on the other hand, often live in a cycle of excuses. They blame the economy, their environment, their boss, their parents, or even bad luck for why they couldn't achieve something. Instead of taking action, they waste time justifying why success is impossible for them. Every setback becomes an excuse to stop trying rather than a reason to keep pushing. This excuse-driven mindset keeps them stuck, because as long as they believe someone else is responsible for their situation, they'll never feel the need to change it. Quitters give away their power the moment they refuse to take responsibility. Winners have a clear vision of where they want to go, and they guard that vision with focus and discipline. No matter how many distractions come their way, social media, temptations, or negative opinions, they remain locked in on the bigger picture. Winners know that focus is a form of power. When their energy is directed toward one goal, progress becomes inevitable. They don't waste time comparing themselves to others or chasing every shiny opportunity that comes along. Instead, they stay consistent on their chosen path, understanding that true success requires laser-like concentration over time. Quitters, however, lack that level of focus. They start with enthusiasm, but their attention quickly scatters when things become boring, slow, or challenging. They jump from one idea to another, constantly seeking excitement rather than result. Distractions become excuses to abandon their goals, and they often confuse being busy with being productive. Because their energy is spread thin across too many things, they never build the momentum needed to finish what they started. Winners channel their focus into progress, while quitters allow distractions to derail their journey. Winners carry a strong belief that they are capable of achieving greatness even when others doubt them. This self-belief acts as fuel during tough times. It keeps them moving forward when everything around them seems uncertain. Winners understand that confidence isn't about already knowing the outcome, but about trusting their ability to figure it out along the way. They know setbacks don't define their worth. Instead, they see challenges as proof that they are on a meaningful journey. Their belief becomes a shield against negativity and a weapon against fear. Quitters, on the other hand, let self-doubt control their actions. They constantly question whether they are good enough, smart enough, or strong enough to succeed. Instead of building themselves up, they allow fear and insecurity to tear them down. The moment doubt grows louder than determination, they lose the courage to keep going. Quitters often quit not because the goal was impossible, but because they convinced themselves they couldn't reach it. While winners build their future on the foundation of belief, quitters let doubt rob them of opportunities before they even begin. Winners understand that life is a continuous process of learning. They welcome feedback, criticism, and even failure as lessons that guide them toward improvement. When something doesn't go as planned, they don't see it as the end. They analyze, adjust, and try again with a better strategy. Winners are flexible. They evolve with changing times, upgrade their skills, and adapt to new environments. This ability to adjust keeps them moving forward, no matter how unpredictable the journey becomes. To them, growth is not optional, it's essential. Quitters, however, resist growth because it requires effort, humility, and patience. They see failure as final instead of educational. Instead of asking, "What can I learn from this?" they ask, "Why did this happen to me?" Quitters often repeat the same mistakes because they refuse to reflect and adapt. Their rigid mindset keeps them stuck in comfort zones, avoiding anything that forces them to change. By resisting growth, they limit their potential and miss opportunities to become better. While winners keep evolving, quitters stay stagnant, watching life pass them by. The greatest difference between winners and quitters is persistence. Winners keep going when others stop. They know that success often comes just after the hardest struggles, so they refuse to quit no matter how long the road feels. Winners understand that every great achievement requires patience, endurance, and sacrifice. They keep pushing even when the progress is slow because they trust that consistent effort will eventually pay off. For them, quitting is never an option. It's simply not in their mindset. Quitters, however, stop right before the breakthrough. They give up when things get difficult, failing to realize that persistence is usually the key that unlocks success. Many times they were closer to their goals than they thought, but their lack of perseverance caused them to walk away too early. Quitters see obstacles as stop signs, while winners see them as signals to keep pushing harder. The only reason winners stand at the top is because they chose to keep climbing when everyone else stopped. At the end of the day, the difference between winners and quitters is not about talent, luck, or even resources. It's about mindset. Winners choose discipline over comfort, persistence over doubt, and responsibility over excuses. Quitters give up too soon, while winners keep moving forward until they reach their destination. Every single one of us has the choice to quit when life gets hard or to fight through and become stronger. Remember, this success doesn't belong to the smartest, the fastest, or the most gifted. It belongs to those who refuse to quit.